Gotcha.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another Monster Hunter World video. This is Thegameconomist, and today I want to show you my recommended bowgun builds for fighting Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora. I'll be showing off a heavy bowgun build that allows you to guard his moves, and a light bowgun build that allows you to play as support. They're very similar to each other, but you'll want to see which weapon I choose for each of the setups, and I'll also explain how the choices I'm recommending are going to impact your matches. Now, if you're looking for more of a solo bowgun setup against Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora, I do have solo videos where I fight using a light bowgun and a friend of mine fights using a heavy bowgun. You might want to just go look at those and do your best to copy those builds, which are typically shown at the end of the video. Now, the heavy bowgun solo builds are very different from multiplayer setups because they rely on cluster bombing. And with the cluster bombs, the problem is, in a team setting, when a cluster bomb lands near your teammate, they get knocked backwards, and you even deal a little bit of friendly fire to them. So this would actually lower your team's overall DPS, and that's why for multiplayer, which is what we're going to be focusing on in this video, I'm definitely going to be recommending the sticky ammo. Sticky ammo deals a nice chunk of damage and also KOs the monster, which means you'll be playing an important crowd control role for your team. It's an ammo type that you can spam on Kushala Daora no matter where he's at, and it ignores his projectile shield, so let me explain. Kushala Daora, if you didn't know this, he gets like a wind shield around his body, and if you shoot him, it's going to deflect those bullets. Well, sticky ammo as well as slice ammo totally ignore this. Here's another tip for the sticky ammo. When you fire it, even if you're not in the critical range, which you can see with your reticle, even if you're not in the critical range, as long as you're in range, it's going to deal full damage, because the sticky ammo land for like 1 damage or 2 damage, and then it blows up for full damage. Now, for the heavy bowgun build, I've chosen the Magnago Metis, which will have both sleep ammo level 2 and paralysis ammo level 2. If you don't have the Magnago Metis, or you prefer the Dark Devourer for slightly higher damage, go ahead and use that. In this case, I'm playing crowd control, so I want that paralysis ammo. And this means what you're going to be doing is you're going to be rotating between KOing Kushala Daora, putting him to sleep, and paralyzing him for your team. Additionally, the Magnago Metis is well known for its high damage cluster bombs and wyvern ammo. Be sure to use the wyvern ammo as a wake-up attack after putting Kushala Daora to sleep, and if you bring the correct crafting supplies with you and you make more sleep ammo, which is what you're supposed to do, you can actually put him to sleep twice for 2 wake-up attacks. Now, I highly recommend doing this. If you use the cluster bombs, which isn't a bad idea when Kushala Daora is like knocked down on the ground, just be very careful to aim at a part of his body that isn't going to knock away teammates. Explosive ammo like cluster bombs, they do the same amount of damage no matter where you hit the monster. You can literally shoot the tip of his wings and it'll do full damage. So just aim for a body part where your teammates aren't chilling around. Now, taking a look at the build, you'll notice that you're going to want to prioritize the artillery skill for damage, ammo up for carrying another round of sticky ammo, and especially the Xeno'jiiva Divinity's Spare Shot bonus skill, which gives you a chance to shoot a free bullet, further extending your clip and also increasing your ammo reserves. The Slugger skill will help you with building KO faster. You'll even notice the Alpha Head and Alpha Waist Xeno'jiiva armor pieces are giving you 2 levels of special ammo boost, which means you might consider using Wyvern Snipe. Finally, the build had enough room left over for me to build the guard up skill, so overall this is going to be one of the best and easiest setups you can bring into a random team for fighting Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora. You can pin him from any direction with the sticky ammo and guard any of his dangerous attacks, and you can also use paralysis and sleep. And in a case where the monster isn't being surrounded by your teammates, you can use the cluster bombs and you can use the wyvern ammo. It's a very powerful setup. Note on the heavy bowgun, you'll want the mods to consist of 2 recoil mods and 1 shield mod. For augmentations, I'm recommending 2 health regen augmentations. That's because sticky ammo, wyvern ammo, and cluster bomb ammo all pair very well with health regen augmentations. Next, I'll also show you the recommended item loadout and the recommended crafting on your radial menu. Alright, moving right along, it should be no surprise that I've chosen the Devil's Madness for the light bowguns. The light bowgun build relies on the same concept of spamming sticky ammo at Kushala Daora, however it's also going to take on the additional role of playing team support. I'm using the highly efficient Empress Greaves Alpha to help build wide range, and so at the beginning of your fight, you can actually eat the consumables for buffing damage and defense. What is that? That's the Demon Drug, and the Might Seed, and the Armor Skin, and the, what is the Adamant? The Adamant Seed. Correct. And then throughout the fight, you can drink your Mega Potions to make sure your team keeps their health all the way maxed. This is really important for fighting Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora, because he will usually bring most builds down to just a small portion of their health if he lands even one move on them, which really means keeping yourself and everyone else at full health is going to be the best way to stop him from suddenly one-shotting an unprepared teammate who had already taken maybe a tick of damage. For the light bowgun build, you'll want to be sure to fully set up your radial menu and your item loadout so that you can be most effective. I'll show you the minimal items I recommend bringing. And here's what you should add to crafting on your radial menu. Oh, I also wanted to mention, on the build, I show that I only have the ammo up skill to level 2. If you're in a case where you can only get it up to level 2, I recommend using the sticky ammo level 2 because that's what's going to be affected by that skill. If you can bring that skill up to level 3, then use the sticky ammo level 3. And you can easily do that by dropping one of your KO decorations and replacing it with a free element ammo up decoration. But those are kind of rare, and I understand that a lot of people don't have that, so that's why I kind of show it the other way rather than the maxed out way. So that's just a side note, keep it in mind. Another thing to note is, similar to the heavy bowgun setup that we just talked about earlier, you're going to be running 2 health regen augmentations. That's what I recommend. That's because, once again, it just pairs very well with the sticky ammo. Also, I do have a tip for fighting Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora using this setup, and that is to be sure to put him to sleep early so that you can use up all of your Wyvern Blasts and get them on recharge, right? You want to be efficient with those. The sooner you use them, the sooner they start recharging. From then on, any other time that Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora gets knocked over or KO'd, continue to put the Wyvern Blast down around your target, since they're going to help you increase your damage output. Also, don't forget to use your poison ammo for a quick proc of poison as well. Now for both the Magnago Metis build and the Devil's Madness build, the best equipment you can bring will be the Rocksteady Mantle and the Temporal Mantle. However, if you don't have those, you can substitute them with something like the Impact Mantle. The Health Booster is an especially good choice. Also probably the Affinity Booster. I guess I would do Health Booster and Affinity Booster if you don't have Impact Mantle. Alright, well I hope those builds help you in your fights against Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora. I've been using both of them myself, and can see my teammates are really enjoying all of the crowd control. It's also nice that I'm able to keep my damage output up even when Kushala Daora is flying around, and this is a real advantage that these bowguns have over most of the weapons. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.